Hello, everybody. Welcome back, Sooner Surge, for a basketball weekend recap as both teams win. You heard that right. Both teams win this weekend. Men's get that done this weekend as well. Hey, before we get going with this video, please subscribe to the channel. Also, hit the like button. Join up to the Sooner Surge. We appreciate it. And go check out the Fan Stop, www.thefanstop.com. Great officially licensed merchandise, shirts, hats, hoodies, whatever you want. They got it. Also, use code SURGE. You'll get 10% off your first 3 months if you sign up for the Shirt of the Month Club delivered to your house every month. Check it out. Jackson, big wins this weekend, specifically for the men. And we're going to start there with the men because they had a 5-game losing streak. Nothing really going their way. And they get the win at home versus a ranked Mississippi State team, which, I mean, we've been saying it for a while. You got to win this game. You got to win this game. And they keep losing. But this game, to have any chance at all, they had fallen out of the last 4 in. They were the first 4 out, according to Joe Lunardi. Now they're back into the last 4 in. They're right there where they've been the last 3 years. Nothing's changed. Here we are again, sitting the same thing. They get the massive W in a game where, you had 3 guys really stand out, in my opinion. Jeremiah Fears had an absolute great game all around. You had Jalen Moore with 18 points. You had Godwin had the double-double, I believe, 17 and 10. But Jeremiah Fears, 27 points. He had a great performance. And down the stretch, they had that lead, Mississippi State fighting back. Duke Miles loses teeth and everything.
Yeah.
But they find a way to win this game, and it was massive.
Yeah, Oklahoma, they couldn't have made another game once again this year more dramatic down the end. Almost gave this one away again, Jason, but they were able to hang on for a win. Dayton Forsyth hit 2 massive free throws to put the game away. Oklahoma, for some reason, still in year 4 under Porter Moser, can't figure out how to break a full court press. I don't know why that's still the issue, but it is what it is. And Jeremiah Fears talked about it. He played a phenomenal game. Best game of the season he's played. Sam Godwin probably played the best game of his Sooner career, Jason. Sam Godwin was dominant. You can say that. Sam Godwin was really controlling the paint, especially on the offensive end. I thought he was really effective offensively, scoring around the basket. Had a massive and one, I think it was, to start the game, in which that's a play I've never seen Sam Godwin do in his life. Jalen Moore, he continues at points to get off the slow starts, but he has a tendency to find it in the second half. Was able to knock down 2 threes early in the second half that I think were big for Oklahoma to really just get them back into the game. Duke Miles, he lost, I don't know if it was 3 or 5 teeth. I've seen 3, seen 5, but for him to come back in that game, be really good and effective on the defensive end of the court was super, super good. Kobe Elvis hit a couple massive threes, but this team, they got to win. There's a little bit of hope left. You can't count this team out just yet. If they would have lost, you could have packed up your bags and said the season's over. They're still alive, still playing for their end goal, which is to make the NCAA tournament. And this team's going to go as Jeremiah Fears goes. We said that all year long, but Jeremiah Fears is going to have to continue to play well. And Wednesday night, they have a big one against Kentucky, in which Jeremiah Fears is going to play extremely good.
Yeah, and Owe back in town, so that'll be interesting. But Jeremiah Fears, let's talk about it for a second. 27 points, but 10 assists, 5 rebounds. The 10 assists, that's great to see because, he can create for others, and he's done that. It hasn't always equaled to assists. Guys either miss or just not in the best position or turnovers, whatever it may be. You only had, I think, 11 turnovers in this game, so that's better. But Jeremiah Fears had a great all-around game. He's going to have to continue to do that as they go down the stretch here. Kentucky's a massive game. You look at it, you get at your remaining games. Kentucky, Ole Miss, Missouri, Texas. If OU wants to make the tournament, they have to win 2 for sure to have a chance.
Yeah.
3 gets you in if you win the next 3 or 4, obviously. But what would be great is win your home games. Beat Kentucky at home, beat Missouri at home, and then you know what? You go into Austin, last game of the year, with a lot riding on it. But, man, Kentucky, let's start there. Wednesday night, that's a big game. They're going to have to continue to play well. One thing that was a couple of things concerning still, even in the win, you had free throws. Oh, you didn't shoot it very well. I think 70%. They shot it great from 3-point land, but 24 34, I believe, from the line. You need to knock it a little more down, then rebound. They still got out rebounded by a good margin, and got to be ready for Kentucky.
Yeah, Kentucky, they have Brandon Garrison, Andrew Carr, and some other bigs, so they're not short of size for sure, and that's going to be maybe a cause for concern in that game. But Oklahoma, you said this, they do this every single year. I think that there's going to need to be in some of these next games an unsung hero, whether that's a guy maybe coming in one night, whether that's a Dayton Forsythe or maybe a Glenn Taylor Jr. or Kobe Elvis, knocking down a couple big shots when Oklahoma needs them to most. Whether that's Mo Wagi, whether he's playing really good in the paint. Sam Godwin can play well, be effective on the offensive end of the floor for this team. But just as you said, their hopes are still alive right now. They're the last four in. If you get a win against Kentucky on Wednesday night, I think you might jump up past that last four in maybe. Like you might.
I agree.
Like,
I agree.
because that'd be another ranked win at home. And Sooner fans, you guys need to show up to the LNC. This team, they need the support. They need to have some sort of home court advantage in which, I mean, we're talking about it every single game for the last 2 weeks. Basically feels like Oklahoma's playing for their season, Jason.
Well, and that's it. You're encouraging fans to get out there. You win your 2 home games against Missouri and Kentucky, there's a great chance you're probably going to the tournament. So you can say what you want about the season. Maybe you're not happy as a fan, not going your way, whatever. But you win your 2 at home the remaining of the year, you're in pretty good shape if you look at it. So we'll see. But let's transition to women as they just totally destroy Arkansas. I mean, just a whipping by 40 points. And, OU, they offensively, turnover-wise, only had 14 turnovers, Jackson.
Starting to play better.
A little bit better than it's been, but 27 assists. They were dealing today.
Yeah, you talk about it. Oklahoma girls, Reagan Beers continues. Just what a get by Jenny Bronchek. I think we said that a ton. She may be the most dominant big in the country when it comes to in the paint. I mean, there's nobody we've seen all year long that can stop Reagan Beers when she doesn't get herself into foul trouble. I think that's been super, super key. Peyton Verhulst, Sahara Williams continue to play well. I think that Raina Scott starting, really whenever they decided to start her, you started to see kind of a different trend, I think, with Oklahoma, with how they're playing offensively, especially to start games coming out more effective on the offensive end of the court. And I think some of that's just due to the athleticism that Raina Scott has at that one spot. But the Oklahoma girls, if they win the rest of their games, they're going to get to host the first round. I think that with how they're playing as of late, they're one of the hottest teams in the country these last few weeks because they're not just winning games, they're dominating their opponents, Jason.
Yeah, the only thing I'm waiting, I want to see them against a really good team again.
They have Alabama on senior.
Alabama, you got Florida, and then you got Alabama. Alabama's a ranked team about where Oklahoma's at, pretty similar, I think. So that'll be a good test for sure. And that's what I'm waiting to see how they react. You're right, they've been playing a lot better. The Vanderbilt was a great win. Arkansas is not very good. So this game, I think a lot of people expected an outcome like this, but earlier in the week you had the Vanderbilt, and then you got Florida this week, and then Alabama on the weekend. So a big weekend coming for Oklahoma, both men and women basketball. But yeah, you mentioned it. Beers had a great game. She's going to have to play. I think we talked about Fears. She's going to have to play really good as well. I think it's going to ride on her as you get down the stretch here, Jackson. Beers and Fears, man. Well, what else can we say?
Yeah, it's true, Jason. And, I think this team, they continue to chase everything that's in front of them. Now, I know that Lexi Keys, she was 0 for 4 from 3, but
need her to get going.
You need her to get going. Need her to be able to knock down some threes. I think that this team, they do have a chance if they're playing at their best, taking care of the ball, having good shot selection, players playing in the offense in their system that they run. This is a team that, they can be a pretty good team. They can make a Sweet 16, Elite 8 potentially. So, we just need to see. But if they get hot going into March Madness, sometimes it's the teams that are the most hot that make these deep runs, Jason. And I think that Oklahoma, they can get there. What Jenny Bronchek is doing, I know a lot of people in this for this year were like, let's make a run in NCAA tournament for this girls team. They've seen them, they've made it to the tournament. They maybe haven't gone as deep as they would like. I know they wanted to host last year. They got sent to Indiana, lost against them. So Oklahoma, they would like to host, have home court advantage. And I believe this was a stat the other night. But Oklahoma versus non-ranked opponents was winning by an average of 27.5 points this year.
That sounds about right.
So
Yeah.
they've been dominating, and it's just these top 25 teams that, like, whenever the competition is more close, you're seeing them struggle. But as we said, the men and the women, everything they want, they both control their own destinies, Jason.
Got to win here down the stretch. Got to play good down the stretch. And massive week coming up for both men and women's basketball. Hey, appreciate you watching this video. As always, thank you very much. Please subscribe to the channel. Like, comment. What are your thoughts as these basketball teams wind down their season? What are you looking for as they close out the season? How many wins does it take for the men's basketball to get in? All that stuff. Comment. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you next time. Have a great evening.